Hi guys, it's a beautiful day once again and welcome back to Dexter's World channel. For today's video, we're gonna discuss when is the best time to hand feed our baby cockatiels. But before that, I would like to tell you that the cockatiel business is one of the most lucrative because these cockatiels, when given the right care, will produce more than 4 babies per pair. Of course, that's true. And I have experience producing even 5 to 6 babies. But there are other methods that would accelerate us to propagate or would somehow give us the hefty increase of our harvest of the babies. And this is hand feeding. And when you are going to decide to hand feed our cockatiels, the baby cockatiels, it entails some commitment, it entails some of your time, and then care, love, and 24/7 watch. Because these cockatiels are so dependent to us when we're gonna decide to hand feed them. But go back to the first question that I have asked, when is the best time to hand feed our cockatiels? Well, the answer is it's best to hand feed our cockatiels when they are 3 to 4 weeks old. As you know, the cycle of after hatch, of course, until they are weaned, it's actually complete 8 weeks. That's 2 months. And when you're gonna decide to hand feed your cockatiels on the 7 to 8 weeks, that's not anymore very effective. Why? Because they already have the memories. They already have like the care of their parents. So when you're gonna hand feed, it's really best to 3 weeks old babies so that they will not have that memories of their parents. And in fact, you can have a good bonding with your cockatiel when you hand feed them at this age. But then some of us are very eager to hand feed and have a bonding already of our babies that we are doing it prematurely, meaning earlier than 3 to 4 weeks. Well, that's still very accepted, but it's very sensitive on the part of the babies. Why? Because their mouth are not yet fully developed and they are very susceptible to any types of virus when they are gotten out from the nest box. So this will cause some mortality and even sickness. And also, this will not do good to the baby, to the parents, I mean. Because the parents will feel lonely when this baby is early separated from them. So these are the things that are not explained in the books, but per my observation, if only followed, would give us some good results. So the question here is, what are the available food for the baby cockatiels when you're gonna try or you're gonna decide to hand feed them? Online, we can order many varieties of food, different brands, but these are not yet tested. I'm not promoting any brand, but I think when they are sold online, they have already passed through a series of testing scientifically. That's why we can rely on them, and you can try. You can just order at online or maybe on Facebook or Lazada or the Shopee. There's no problem about it. But if you're gonna decide, make sure that you already have the ready apparatus. Well, just bend a spoon and then use that to feed your babies. I mean, you can just bend it and then have a pointed tip on the spoon, and then you can feed that to your baby cockatiels. Well, that's the problem. The problem is when you gonna decide to hand feed your cockatiels, but you don't have made enough research on how to do it, because it's very important that you have to maintain the temperature given by the parents. So you will place them not in an air-conditioned room. This is not their place. Some of us are so caring that we even bring them to the room which are have low temperature, air conditioned. That's not good. In my case, I already have experienced mortality over hand feeding because I forgot to order in bulk. In bulk, meaning that I ran short of the food. And I did not figure it out that when the food was already not available, I gave them another brand or another mixture of food and it caused death. So the lesson here is that you have to stock your food so that you will not run out of it. And another lesson that I have learned in the feeding or hand feeding of cockatiels is when you're gonna change the feeding, the changing of the brand. So I suggest that you will maintain one brand for this particular effort, endeavor. And then, as what I have said earlier, you have to get some stock so that you will not run short. Another lesson that I have learned from the cockatiel hand feeding is when they are already have the strength to fly. You know, these cockatiels are really different from the African lovebirds because the African lovebirds has high tendency, high IQ to be bond with the owner that they will just easily come back. I can tell you, these cockatiels will forget you if they are released out on the field, even if they are hand-fed. So, what is the advice that you can get from me? You have to cut at least 3 feathers on their wings so that they cannot fly. So that you can have that enough time to bond. Because if you will not do so, chances are you cannot bring them out and you cannot even become very sure that they are coming to you back when they are already flying. So in my experience, I have lost more than 3 cockatiels already because I forgot this method. So you have to cut the feathers so that they cannot fly high. So only 3 feathers from the last 3 feathers on their wings so that they will not fly away from you. And it is also the time that you can have good bonding. Maybe they are frightened and they are not used to flying alone, and you are bringing them in a public place or in a place which are very unusual. They're not easy. They are not used to it. So the chances is they will fly and they will forget coming back. And another final lesson that I can tell you is that all the feeding should be boiled. You will use hot water so that the bacteria will, of course, die. It will make you have a safe food when you're gonna use the hot water. This hot water is also very instrument to cook the food so that it would be easily digested. And this is many times I failed because I used to mix hot water, but then because I am not having that so much time, the luxury of time to take care of them. So I just used the water from the fish pond, then it created some problem, diarrhea. So we have to sterilize your water by means of, putting the hot water, the boiled water, of course. So you will not also feed them with the food which is very hot because it will burn their tongue and their mouth. So these are the simple objectives and even steps and techniques towards attaining that objective in order to massively produce your cockatiel. Because if you're gonna hand feed your cockatiel, it has a higher price compared to the cockatiel which are not tame. Of course, if you're gonna hand feed them, we are already telling you that that's a tame baby. So you already have a bonding, I mean, to humans. So they are not anymore very anxious about being separated by their parents, and they will bond. And cockatiels have high IQ in terms of tricks, making sounds, mimicking, music. I can even tell you that there are cockatiels that can even complete the singing of the national anthem. So, and once you have this one, this is already very pricey. This is already, uh, I mean, the price is not anymore regular price. It's a special price considering that it's already tame. So these are the things that we can tell you, and I hope that when you're gonna decide, you will not forget about those things that I have mentioned. When you're gonna decide to hand feed, of course, if you cannot do that, you have to assign your staff that will 100% cater the needs of their babies. And if you don't have, of course, do not decide to hand feed them, because you will just be wasting the lives of these baby cockatiels. So I hope that this video will encourage you and will make you be aware of the do's and don'ts about feeding or hand feeding baby cockatiels. So I would like to see you in the next upload. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, may humbly ask you to please subscribe and hit the notification bell, because we are uploading very significant and remarkable videos that's very helpful and very challenging. See you in the next upload, only here at Dexter's World.